Hello, my name is Maria Fernanda, and I'm the host of IOScholarships Superheroes Podcast.
Easy, easy, so easy.
This podcast is only a 10-minute podcast that highlights the best kept secret of IO scholars, job recruiters, and community influencers. And most importantly, we want to provide you financial resources to go to college debt-free and become financially savvy. Today, I have a very special guest that I know for a long time. His name is William Harris, and he's the president and CEO of the Space Center in Houston. This is a must-go place in the area of Houston that you have to experience. And he's also the president and CEO of the Manned Space Flight Education Foundation. And I have met William several years ago. He used to be the leader at the California Science Center. And again, William, thank you so much for taking this time to be part of this podcast.
Thank you so much, Maria. I'm delighted to speak with you. It's so wonderful to see you again.
Well, William, now that you transitioned to the Space Center Houston, tell me a little bit more about the initiatives. There are a lot of groundbreaking initiatives happening at the Space Center Houston. So tell me a little bit more about your upcoming exhibits and all the information that you shared with me previously.
I'm happy to. Well, first off, Space Center Houston is a major science center that looks through the lens of human space exploration to help explore all topics in STEM. We are a destination for people of all ages, and we also have the honor of serving as the official visitor center for NASA Johnson Space Center, so the home of astronauts in human exploration. So we focus on human exploration, past, present, and future. So you can come here and see real artifacts and learn about the origins of the US space program, see how it's evolved over time, and our current priorities about sending astronauts back to the moon to actually live on the moon as a proving ground for ultimately sending humans to Mars. The other great thing about visiting our location is, while we've got more than 300,000 square feet of indoor and outdoor exhibits, we take you into the secure areas at NASA where astronauts actually are trained and where these programs are being developed and tested.
Visit IOScholarships as we have access to thousands of STEM scholarships based on your unique ethnic background, waiting for you today. Some of them only require 2.5 GPA and no essay. Remember, the more you apply, the more chances you have to win. Apply today. And tell us a little bit about the Conrad Challenge. There are a lot of students that want to apply. The deadline is November 1st, so it's coming up. So which tips will you give to the students that want to apply for the Conrad Challenge?
Well, I highly encourage this. This is one of many challenges offered through Space Center Houston. This one is really targeted for students at the high school age, so about 13 to 18 years old. And this is international, and you can go on our website, spacecenter.org, to learn more. But we encourage you to form teams, and there are really 5 categories this year that we're focused on. And you can submit those ideas, but we want you to come up with ideas of things that could come to market, that are innovative. And we're going to mentor you with volunteer judges who are going to help, and many of them too are actually patent attorneys and intellectual property attorneys. And the goal is that the projects that emerge as the top ones, you'll then be invited to Houston for a week where you'll be mentored. We'll do a Shark Tank and where you pitch your ideas. You'll do a public display of them. And then the teams that win actually get a variety of prizes, including scholarships to college and also laptop computers and many other recognition. But the most important is that you'll then get an attorney mentor who's going to help bring your product to market. And so I just have to look at my notes for a second because I want to make sure I don't miss out on any of the key categories. But we have categories in aerospace and aviation, cyber technology and security, energy and environment, And this year we're actually offering in health and nutrition, and this year we're offering one in water. And we're so thankful to our sponsor, Equinor, who really makes all of this happen.
Fantastic. And is this for high school seniors or?
No, high school age, you don't have to be a senior. So as long as you're in that age range of about what would be considered high school in the United States, but from anywhere in the world. And we encourage teams from across the world. I mean, last year, as an example, we had one team where 2 students were from Bangladesh and their other 2 members were from South Korea. So you can actually connect with students from other countries. And we help you make those connections as well through the website here at Space Center Houston.
Well, it seems to be that not only you get the opportunity of a scholarship, but hands-on experience with really experienced people that can get your project into fruition. So that's very important to understand for the students. It has a lot of sustainability, this scholarship, in terms of like help and mentors and a community like the Space Center to support them through their STEM journey. And as you know, unfortunately, there is a very low representation of Hispanics and other diverse students in the area of STEM. And I was wondering, William, what do you think is kind of like some of the main causes that there is underrepresentation in the STEM industry from diverse students?
Well, to be successful in STEM, everyone is. We're all born with curiosity, inquisitiveness, and we have to continue to sustain that and also recognize that anyone can do STEM. And also, some subjects are hard, and that's okay. You have to embrace adversity. How is it that we send humans to space? We're not evolved to live in space. Space wants to kill us. So it's all about working in teams and working through problems and not giving up. So I think it's providing that support, encouragement. And the great thing about participating in our programs, we have a variety of other programs that you can join in, is that you're part of a community of other curious people. And it's very supportive. And actually the best career opportunities are in the STEM pathway. I'll let you know here in Houston, we are very involved in workforce development. And we did a survey earlier this year of 16 major aerospace companies around our location, and they had over 2,600 jobs they felt they weren't going to be able to fill because they don't have the candidates here. So it will provide you with a very, very comfortable life, an exciting and interesting life if you pursue a career in STEM.
I agree with you, and that those are the highest paying jobs in the market. So, and as you said, it only takes curiosity to understand the unknown. But what I can tell you is that I cannot be an astronaut because I learned that you have to work out every day, 2 hours a day. Am I right?
That's very true. Well, when you're in space, because our brains are amazing. Our brain is so efficient, and it's our most important organ. And if you're in microgravity, your brain says, well, I don't need my bones and muscles. I'm floating around. And so you have to tell your brain that, yes, I need my bones and muscles. And so what we've learned is that's true on Earth. And that's how you can stave off osteoporosis is You've got to, it's diet, it's exercise. That's why we say it's important to exercise. You have to tell your brain that you need your bones and tendons and muscles. And so you naturally have resistance because of gravity, because we live in 1G. But even over time, if you become a couch potato, if you're not using it, you're going to lose it. That's basic, right? And so that's why it's important to exercise.
So there is hope for me to still be an astronaut.
Yes. But one other thing I have to say, it's really important, is an astronaut will tell you that he or she is the tip of an arrow, that it takes thousands of people to make a mission successful. So you need people in the dietary area, you need engineers, you need people who are in upholstery, you need people in finance and marketing. So all those professions make possible the success of space exploration. So you may be interested in space, but you may have a talent or passion in another field. All of those skills contribute to the success. And even you don't have to have a college degree. You can have a technical degree or training. And some of those are the highest demand jobs right now. I'll tell you that SpaceX for as one example, as well as Blue Origin, are actively looking for people who have mechanical experience. When SpaceX opened their rocket facility in McGregor, Texas, it's outside of Waco, they recruited a lot of people from Daytona 500 Speedway who were mechanics because they had the knowledge of how engines worked and how to improve those engines as well. So you can work in the space industry with a whole variety of skills and abilities.
That's such an important point, because one of the main barriers that we see with Latino students is the cost of education. So some parents call me and they are like, my son has the ability and the passion to pursue a career in STEM. However, we cannot send them to a university such as MIT or, some expensive universities. So now the career path of a lot of students are community colleges. So what you pointed out is so important, that students understand that there are unconventional ways to pursue careers in STEM and not to be discouraged. So I really appreciate that you took this time to deliver that message, because I feel like nowadays we have to be resilient, creative, and understand that there are resources available, such as scholarships or the Conrad Challenge, to allow students to pursue their dreams. And this is a collaborative effort. So I love this scholarship, or this opportunity, this challenge, that it has to integrate a lot of team and collaboration. I love that aspect of the Conrad Challenge.
Well, the other thing I would say too, it's really important wherever you are in the United States, because in Houston, and I know this is not unique to our city, Houston Community College, for example, offers, while you're still in high school, you can concurrently do your associate's degree. So, and if you do it while you're in high school, there's no cost. And so by the time you graduate from high school, you also have your associate's degree. So if you then decide you want to pursue a technical or college degree or certification, you can immediately do that. And then you're looking at a 2-year investment to get a bachelor's degree, or maybe a 1-year certification program with your associate's degree. So it already provides you with a huge leg up in financial advantage. So be aggressive in looking for these opportunities and programs. They're definitely out there.
Excellent. And well, I have to ask you this question regarding, if you have to give an advice to your old 15-year-old self, what will you tell him?
I would say to believe more in yourself and continue to strive for your dreams and push out the boundaries. I have to say I was very fortunate to be raised in a family where my parents had to deal with racism and segregation when they were growing up. But my parents, particularly my father, always said that, you can do it. You have the capability. Don't let anyone dissuade you. And always supported us in having aspirational goals. And I think sometimes I would doubt myself because of the environment I was in. But my parents would always say, you can do it. You have the capability. You can, and don't let anyone tell you you can't do it. And so I think I would have a little more confidence in myself. And I did do those things, but I think I would tell my 15-year-old self to even have more self-confidence and don't shy away from the things that I was passionate about.
Excellent. And from the journey from the California Center to the space and the Space Center Houston, you scaled your career in such a marvelous way. And I'm so honored that you're part of our podcast. And I hope we will connect soon in Houston. And thank you again, William, for all your wisdom. I'm sure that our IO scholars really appreciate your message. And what I appreciate the most of you, that I've known you for over 20 years, is that you always embrace diversity, and you are very creative, and the way that you support Latino and other diverse students is very important. Diverse representation, not only in space, but also in companies, because we think that we have the innovators of the future. And this concludes our episode. And thank you, William, again. And for all our IO scholars, I'm looking forward to seeing you again in our next episode. And a free way to support us is by liking or share this episode with another friend or family member that might need a scholarship or to open another door of opportunities in space. So again, remember the Conrad Challenge, the deadline is November 1st. Apply today. Thank you all and have a good afternoon.